Good evening, Mr. Hazelwood. I'm okay. How are you? You're looking stunning tonight in your NemoRacing attire.
Look at that. Look at that. It's because it's our new hoodies and I'm proud to rock them because the details are good. The quality's good.
Well, I know you're
Cheers, Duncan.
massively concerned with the toggles.
I think people would probably think I'd lost the plot if they knew the lengths that it went to try and choose a hoodie because it's just a black hoodie. But of course, we all know there's no such thing as just a black hoodie. You've got to try and pick through the 600 that are on the market.
That's true, and it is a nice one. I do like wearing it. It's comfy.
Yeah, Duncan, Acorn Printing, done a great job for us. One of your good friends, and yeah, he's done a great job on the new clothing range. So thank you, Duncan, if you're watching. I know sometimes you tune in for a minute or three. In fact, we've got more coming in because we'd sold out of the larges and extra larges, and they should be arriving with him tomorrow. So they'll be back into stock soon, which is nice.
That is good news. That is good news.
Anyway, much more importantly, I think we're online. And I think we're online on our stream, on our scheduled stream. So I think we might have found that little gremlin again, which is awesome.
Yeah.
So good evening, everybody. If you're, this isn't a urine sample, it was a beer, but it's nearly finished now. What have we got? Bud Light. Wow.
Hey, it's one of my most favourites, refreshing beers.
You got me onto those last year. They're quite nice.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people give me a hard time now because it's not a real beer, it's piss water. Yeah, you're right, but it definitely doesn't give you a hangover when you have like 5 of them, which is nice.
Which is nice, I would agree.
Doesn't get you drunk either.
No, they were quite a good. Once you'd introduced them to me, they were quite a good refreshment for building the track last year when it was very hot. And,
exactly. I think they're very watery based, which makes them nice, easy to drink.
Yes,
because I've had a day of looking after children, as you know, and it's been a nice, refreshing end to the day.
To the day, a well-deserved beer. So cheers. I'm having this is a well-deserved Pepsi Max, but I have a glass of red waiting at the side. So
you got beer, Pepsi Max, and
mixing it up. Yeah, mixing it up. I had to dash to the shops actually because it was only whilst eating dinner that I realised I actually didn't know anything in the house. I must have drunk it all.
You could always just say it's rum and coke.
I did think that, but then I thought against it.
Yeah, we wouldn't have believed you.
No, exactly. So the review of the Bud Light is it's light and it's refreshing, and you can drink loads of them without getting hammered.
Yeah, I don't have to review it that much. It's nice and cold. It's been in the fridge. I do still have some of our world beers from our good man Matthew Bentley, and I'm sure I'll pop one open after this. But I just thought I'd just have a quick refreshment.
Tease you in.
Yeah, exactly.
I cut my hair.
We'll pick one off the map.
I cut my hair. That's exciting news.
Looks nice. Looks nice.
Good Lord. Should we do some Leroy shout-outs on the side? We've got anyone watching us?
Yeah, I'll have a little look. I'll say once we get to or you get to Turkey, you will have to go to the hairdressers again.
That would be a moment of glory.
You can see how much of a pain in the arse it is.
Well, I also heard somewhere that it's like May or June or July for people to get hairdressers. So by then I might have a full head of hair. Yeah,
exactly. We luckily know a hairdresser who came around and did the kids and stuff before the madness in happened.
Could have done that for you, mate.
Yeah. I can tell you can do a tool over.
I also know who is good at haircuts, and that's Roscoe, because I've seen a lockdown haircut done to Mr. Dave Stanley while we were building the track. Do you remember?
Yeah, man. I never knew steps were back in fashion, but they were.
No, they were. Dave rocked that. He looked quite cool with that haircut, to be fair.
He did. What do you call him? Coon Dog.
Yes, exactly that.
Not sure how appropriate it is, but that was his name.
Well, no, it's fine. Absolutely, 1,000,000% fine. It's a very nice dog. That's a bit feral, I believe.
It is. So I'm going to do shout outs. So Tortoise Racing RC says, "Evening, gentlemen. Glass of red for tonight's gig on a school night to boot."
Look at that. Yeah, that's true. Not half term for you.
Obviously not.
That's a shame.
David Rolls, he's online. He says, "Evening, guys. Hope all is well. Looking forward to seeing you guys on Thursday." David Rolls down on Thursday.
I see that. That's fantastic. And I think it's, I was reading somewhere earlier on, it might have been in our team chat. It's going to be his first go on dirt for many a years. So, and also well done for South Coast. We'll cover that a bit later on, but he had a great result down there with Robert as well. So
lots of Gamma guys.
Yeah. It was good.
Yeah. Sveners is online. He says, "Evening all. Evening, Sveners."
Evening, Sveners.
Lyndon Hammer. Lyndon is online. He is from
Devon.
Devon. Okay. And then he says, evening, NemoRacing gents. Hope all is good and you're safe. And Jane says, hi.
Hello, Jane. Thank you very much for our gifts again. Superstars.
Hi, Jane.
Craig.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, definitely she is with him. Definitely. See, when we don't have to talk anymore.
It's done. After a year, it's done, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like our show.
Tim Simpson, he says, evening, chaps.
Good evening. Mr. Simpson was out as well, wasn't he? He was up at, was it Deerdale?
Deerdale, they're at. Yep. Astro racing in the snow and stuff as well.
We'll cover that as well in our little round the world recap of races that have happened for Nemo guys over the weekend.
We will do. Luke Bennett is online. He says, evening. Lukey was at the track, wasn't he?
Yep, Lukey was at the track over the weekend. Helped run in a motor for him, which was a new old stock that he'd got from somewhere 221, the little small-headed engine, which was quite nice to see one of those again. I always liked that motor. Didn't like always tuning it, but I liked it to look at. And so yeah, that was cool. He was rocking his new truck as well and going around very, very nicely. So hopefully, some of these trucks that we saw go out the door in that bit of a push early on in the year, we're actually going to see them trackside soon because they're getting built finally. I know Mr. Simonson's got one as well that's nearing completion, so that's going to be good to get a few more of those out.
Yeah. Soon
Interestingly, for race 9, I was just looking earlier on. There's only a couple of 2 or 3 spaces left of the e-buggy truck heat, so that's good signs.
Yeah, I saw lots of e-buggy guys going in as well, which is cool.
Nice. Yeah, absolutely. Keep them coming.
Yeah, that's it. And there's not actually that many spaces left in the whole meeting, really, is there?
No, we're well over half full. Still a month out. I saw some cool entries coming in. One of them, we're going to cover this a bit later. I might as well cover it now because we're doing it. I saw Callum Niblett was entered again. That's going to be awesome to see him back at the track. Was very fast on his first go last time. He's had a bit more time under his belt now as well with his new car and all that sort of stuff. So it's going to be good to see how he can do at that race.
Yep. Anyone else?
Yeah, loads, but that was the one that stuck. I'd made a little note here to make sure Callum was mentioned because it's going to be good to see him back at the track.
It is indeed. Craig Homer, he's online. He says, evening, ladies and gents. Has a week really passed by already? Flown.
It is shocking how fast they go at the moment. It is literally on fast forward. I feel like we're not getting all things achieved. We're doing lots of stuff, but before you know it, a week's gone and where you go again.
I know, crazy. I swear time moves faster now than it ever did, even though we've been stuck inside for 4 months.
Agreed. It's a conspiracy.
Yes. James Morley's online. Evening all. Hope everyone is good with 2 beers. So 2 beers to James.
2 beers. 2 beers, James. I like the way you roll.
Mr. Talbot, he's online. He says, Lewis's shell looking on point. Top-notch painter, simply the best.
I would have to agree with your self-analysis, Mr. Talbot. I think your shells are absolutely stunning and well worth the money, whatever they are. Because can you imagine trying to do one of those? I love your new one with the yellow. I think that's really refreshed your scheme for me. It looks really cool.
Yeah, I like it. He's done a top-notch job, as he put it, top-notch.
And our box artwork for the performance cars that are coming as well. So I think that's pretty cool to get your handiwork on a box from a manufacturer is always a highlight.
Yeah, exactly. That's a goal reach for a painter.
Yeah, exactly. It's got to be, isn't it?
Yeah. Quake. Hello, Quakey boy.
Hello. We still need to get Quake on.
Yeah, we do. What's Quake's real name? Can't remember. Earth.
Yes.
Michael Shorey is online. He says, hello, Michael and family, Kira and all.
The Shorey and Kira are at the track as well over the weekend, busting out laps,
cool.
Which was cool.
Awesome.
Kira was progressing really well. Even 6 months off doesn't seem to have slowed her down at all. In fact, the opposite. She was just getting faster and faster through the day. So again, very cool to see another junior coming on well.
Good stuff. She'll be kicking Mikey's ass soon.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah. Craig Homer. He's back online. He says, let's hope we're on the right feed this week. Hopefully that's sorted.
I think we are on the right feed. I think we've got it sorted.
Maybe. Yayan, he says, yo, evening guys. See you in the morning if you're both at the track. Yayan's up tomorrow.
Good evening and fantastic. Yeah, looking forward to seeing you there.
Awesome. Jonathan May retracted his message.
Oh.
He was obviously saying he loved us. Yes. Martin Walters says, evening all. Evening, Martin. Raggy says, evening, gents. Hope you're both well. We are
very good.
Hope you are too. And you need to get to the track soon. Mr. CJ is online. Evening, chaps. Malike's and Lee's chocolate cornflake cake dealer here. Yes, he was dealing me chocolate cornflake cakes at the weekend.
Good
making
Lord.
me faster per bite.
Okay. Congratulations to you, having spaced on that. You won something at the weekend as well with your 10th car.
Yeah, it was. We'll talk about that shortly. I'm sure we'll talk about it shortly. I mean, it was basically a Worlds. Big Sai says, "Evening."
Is it going to look the same as all the other ones?
Yeah, 100%. Brian Burrows, evening, chaps. Evening.
Good evening.
Carrots.
Do you know what? It was awesome to see Brian at our race, and after he'd done one of his runs, he came across. Obviously, I was doing the flag waving stuff, and I can't remember his exact words, but the smile and look on his face of complete enjoyment, and he said Worsthose effect was fantastic. It was really good to see.
Awesome. Yeah, I luckily didn't get to see him much. I didn't get to see him much during the day, but I luckily was pitting for someone next to him in the pit lane, so we got to have a little catch up there, which was awesome.
Yeah.
And he was only down for one day too. It would have been awesome if he was there all weekend.
Yeah.
Come to the next one, Carrots. Get booked in, man. Craig Homer, mix them all together and make some funky cocktail. I think that's regarding all of your drinks. Peter Kelly says, "Good evening, gents." Evening, Peter. CSS Chris Sharp Simkis rallying says, "Evening, chaps."
Good evening. Good evening.
Arvinder is online. We're going to be seeing Arvinder this weekend. He says, "Evening."
Yeah, so we're there as Nemo. You're going as well, Leroy. You're entered in a full race for Slough. I think that's fantastic to see as well. So I'm sure Aid's going to be down there as well, making sure they're facing the right way. That man knows how to run a race meeting. So hopefully it's going to go off smoothly for them. I'm sure it will. And just awesome to see another track up and running post-COVID and people getting out there and supporting it. So yeah, it's going to be mega. I can't make that one, unfortunately, but I'm going to hear all about it, and we're going to be there with support for everybody.
Yeah, we're going to be there. Myself, Lewis, Kev, Ben Kennett, all the guys.
Our Rumble's going as well. He's done a swap around so he can come and help out. So because I think we've got 22 Agamas entered for that race, which is awesome to see.
There you go. We better get the old big tents out.
Yeah, man.
I wonder if we can go down Saturday.
Yeah, maybe it could. But Arvinder's the man that can answer that, I'm sure.
Yeah. Arvinder, let us know if we can go down Saturday, either to do some laps. You never know how lucky you get, or to put up a tent or something. Don't really know.
Yeah.
Charlie Locke, is he going down to Slough? Charlie, are you going to Slough? It'd be good if you are.
I think he might have been on the list. Yeah. I think. Yeah.
He says hello anyway. I think he now thinks he's Mark Jones. Hello.
Good program. I was just pissing by the door.
See, that's a bit before my time.
Is it?
Yeah.
It was like a treat to watch that.
You need to watch Line of Duty. That's where my hello is, because they're all properties.
All right, I'll have a watch.
Andy B says, "Evening, guys. Thanks for the Easter race day. When I came down, really enjoyed the track and the venue.
Awesome.
So thanks for coming."
Yeah, absolutely. It was pretty good
on the day, I don't think.
Did you not? Yeah, I did. And obviously, it was a day of weirdness that you came down for with snow and super cold, and then ended up sunny and really slippery, loads of traction. It was all over the place, wasn't it? It was challenging, but always had a smile on his face and just looked like he was loving it, like we do when we got to Blackpool. So thank you for coming down, mate. Yeah,
perfecto. Jonesy Cram, he's online.
Yay, Jonesy.
Did you know that Cram is marked backwards?
Do you reckon we can do it in another year's time? You think it'll be done?
From all the Jones family. I mean, there's Mark, there's Sam, there's Million, and there's some other weird little kid.
Yeah, awesome. And he was getting faster and faster. And I know he was testing at Westmill, wasn't he? We had quite a few guys at Westmill at the weekend, honing their skills and their cars in and stuff. I was hearing some great reports about what was going on. So sounded good. Yeah,
me too. It was. It sounded awesome. So I'm glad. Hope to get down there very soon and test their setups out.
Yes, exactly.
Matthew Normandy says bonsoir.
Bonsoir, monsieur.
Bonsoir, monsieur. Andy B. So
I'll let you read
question.
That one. Yes.
Is Google male or female?
Female.
Answer: female, because it doesn't let you finish a sentence before making a suggestion.
It's pretty good.
It's not bad.
I like it.
Paul Markham is online. He says, "Hi guys, thanks for the great meeting on the bank holiday Monday. First meeting in 6 years and thoroughly enjoyed myself. Looking forward to the meeting on the 9th.
Nice. Perfect. We look forward to welcoming you back.
Yeah, it's been cool seeing people that haven't raced either at all or ape scale for years and then come into our track as like their first venue out. It's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
it's come back. Yeah, that's been really cool. And we've had a few practice-wise as well. We had a really nice French guy that lives Coventry, I think he is. He's been over here for quite a few years. And he'd actually, in lockdown, sent back from his Mugen that he used to race in France, MBX6 in 2000 and whatever it was, and has slowly got that back running and was there this week having a go. I thought that was absolutely awesome. He's joined and he's going to be coming quite often because he's local. So it was really cool to see people coming back into it like that.
Yeah, that's awesome. Especially French, you get to knock up your French language skills.
May we? Yeah, exactly. We can talk about wine.
Andy B, give it to me,
Back.
give it to me, she yelled. I'm so wet, give it to me now. She could scream all she wanted to. I was keeping the umbrella.
Jesus Christ. Andy, you've got a missed vocation. You need to liaise with Mark Rumble, who can also do similar style jokes in the abundance. I think the two of you could write a storm for the Christmas crackers.
Ivan, he says, "Hi, boys."
Sorry, I was just having a gulp. That's what she said. Good evening, Ivan. Still waiting for that dog. Containers ready to house him. We've even got a water bowl there for him, so we're ready.
And sometimes a cage.
And sometimes a cage, yes. If we're having a visit from one of Leroy's family.
Yes.
As in dogs. Just to clarify, we don't put children in cages. Not this week.
Well, maybe.
Maybe.
Darren Warburton's online. He says, "Evening all. Had a great weekend at Hearts, testing and sharing ideas with Lewis and Sean."
Awesome, yeah. I had a little debrief with Darren on Messenger and stuff. Always nice to hear his thoughts on stuff and to be there, sharing his knowledge with the guys, because he's certainly got enough of it.
Yes, sir. I need a day with Darren, but we haven't been able.
Dang, he's coming soon.
Jonathan May, evening from Devon too. So that was the retracted message from earlier.
Good evening to Devon.
Marcus Butler says, "Hello, guys."
Good evening.
Quake is online and he says it's Kevin. That's his name. Kevin Quake.
Yes.
Kevin Earthquake. Still waiting for good weather to get out of lockdown. Unfortunately, afraid racing is off the table until lockdown is lifted. Which is sad. We know all about that.
We do. Very well.
Ben Kennett is online. He says, "Easy, boys," because he's too cool just to say hi.
Yeah, easy. And Ben was racing at Kent, wasn't he? I heard a little rumour that he was leading and then broke something, but I don't know what he broke.
Yeah, he was leading for a short amount of time, and then he broke something, which he did tell me, but I forgot.
It slipped your memory.
It has.
Old age, mate. That's what happens.
But it was cool to lead an A final, even for a short amount of time.
Absolutely, definitely.
CSS Rallying is back on. He says, "Can't wait to get up to you guys soon. Once again, I think we're down, not up."
Yep.
Just need a free weekend, and when the calendars are kind to us, soon I will be there. It will be good to see you guys up at Northwest Nitro too, and we'll be there soon as well.
We will, because I think that's the first national, isn't it? Now is it at Northwest? So that'll be fast.
Yep. Jonesy Cram says, "If I can have an LMR training day, I'm all in for Truggy at race 10. He promises I will give him an LMR training day as long as he books in within the next half an hour."
He was naughty, cheeky teasing me because he kept saying that he was going to come and race the truck, and I was excited every morning thinking today's going to be the day, and it just didn't happen.
He's got a very fabulous body shell for it.
Absolutely, another Talpatini special that does look awesome. I can't wait to see what that looks like with stickers on it actually as well, because they always just come alive with a bit of branding too. So that's going to be good. Get booked in, Jonesy. I'll give you the training day. Don't worry about Leroy. Flat out, and yeah.
I mean, to be honest, your training days are probably better for truck.
I don't know about that. It starts with a bottle of wine at 8 o'clock.
Oh mate, he's there then, I'm for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Match made in heaven.
It's a JHR training day.
That's it. Yeah, exactly.
Charlie Locke said he will be at Slough. He's racing truck though. That's cool.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice. Good to see.
Yeah. Brian Burrows says it's the testicles is what
That's
I said,
it.
John.
There we go. Yeah, I know it made me smile. That's exactly it.
Yeah. Craig Homer says Nemo invitation on Sunday then in Invasion.
A friendly one. We're friendly. Friendly invasion. I think it's great to be back down at Slough. It's a club that's close to my heart because it's where I started racing. God Lord, 30 years ago or something like that. So, yeah.
Cool. I think it might have been one of my first ever 8th scale nationals as well.
Must have been, because I mean, they were the club that started 8th scale in this country, and it was in a different location then. It wasn't at Upton Park, but its heritage is very long. So really good to see that it's carrying on.
Yes, it is indeed. The track will be getting a bit of TLC, so maybe not usable on Saturday, but that's fine. No worries.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
He'll confirm about the tents with Tommy and Adrian. So, yep, no worries. Let's know.
Yep.
Manny Panasar says, "Oh, arr, 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 arr."
I missed Manny at our race. Where was he?
I know. I'm disappointed that he wasn't there.
He looting. He was off looting on the seas somewhere, wasn't he? I bet.
But he says he'll be at Slough.
Perfect. I'll have to hear all about it.
Yeah, he says,
save some rum for another time.
Evening, me muckers. Ivan says £900 for a puppy.
Good Lord, it's gone up. It was free last week.
Yeah,
we better have it now because it could be 1,800 quid at that rate. Following.
Yes. And then Stephen Lockley says, "Hi guys from Zach and family." So hi to you all.
Good evening, and that's us caught up on the shout outs, I think, on my end.
We are caught up.
So what else happened at the weekend then? Should we delve into the races that were going on? Should we do a quick trip around the world? I'm going to throw up the biggest one for us, I think, in terms of race result anyway, which was over in the USA. Psycho Nitro Blast was on this weekend. 800 and something entries.
Yeah, 806 or something.
Yeah. 806, just mind blowing. They raced 24 hours. Practice was 24 hours. I mean, I'm sure lots of you guys know this anyway, but for anyone watching that wasn't aware, they did practice 24 hours all the way through and then straight into qualifying. I think they had an hour and a half break at like 3 in the morning or 4 in the morning and then started at 6 with the finals as well. So we were there with Nemo USA. Our man Billy Talaska was there to face everybody the right way. And our highlights was Brandon Rose again. Just this kid is getting wildly good. So directly into both the main finals in both Nitro and e-buggy. It was, what was that? It sounded like a fart.
That was someone booking in.
Really? It actually sounded like you let one off there. I mean, if that's what we're going to call it, I'm going to use that at home. I was just booking somebody in. Don't worry.
Booking it out.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, for later. So yeah, Brandon direct to the A main in both. No, Jesus Christ, Nitro and e-buggy. B main for the truck, and I think he had a bit of a rough one in that. But in that field, that's still incredible. But did you watch any of the? I actually stayed up and watched it all, and he drove from 15th because it was 18 car finals. He drove from 15th to 6th in Nitro, 3 seconds away from taking the 5th, which is a podium over there. They feature the top 5. Yep. He battled all race long with Tebow. I mean, he was literally surrounded by world champions that he was just cruising around with. Absolutely stunning effort. So massive well done. And it was the same story in e-buggy as well. He drove himself all the way up to a potential 4th, and then he had a little bobble. He was chasing down Lutz, had a little bobble, and he ended up 6th, I think, or 6th or 7th again in the e-buggy. But absolutely featured. I mean, even the guys on Live RC were bigging him up. So absolutely awesome. And the best news of all is just chatting with Billy earlier on. We're going to try and get Brandon and Billy over for our May race. They think that that's probably a possibility. Obviously, we can house the guys as well, so it's cost effective to do so. But wouldn't that be awesome? Wouldn't that be awesome to have Brandon and Billy at our May race? So that was literally half an hour before we went online that we were talking about that. So Billy's going to investigate it, see if we can make that happen. Obviously, normally Billy comes across for the Easter race anyway, which is what is our May Bank Holiday Dirt GP that weekend, is what it was planned to be. So just a massive well done to all of the guys over there. I know we had somebody in the 40s as well, in the over 40s, that was running very well and very competitive. And like, as ever, we're a tiny team over there compared to the people that we're racing, but we're always sort of just putting those punches in, and we're lucky to have these guys that can show how good our stuff is on the world stage. Just a good job, Brandon. If you're watching, I know sometimes he tunes in. massive thank you from myself, and I know Leroy would say the same.
Yeah, man. Very, very, very good job. And I'm sure you'll be on that top step pretty soon.
Need to make his colours a little bit different from Testman's, because it was quite difficult to try and keep track on the live RC coverage as to whether we were watching Testman or Brandon. Obviously a good race for Testman as well, rocking the new motor with all those new bits and pieces in it. Good to see him take a win with that. So yeah, full of excitement from USA for the weekend. So that was my first race that I had to cover on here. The second one was the Italian Championships round 1, which was at Padova, I believe, from the information I had come through, and we had a 5th place with Andrea, which is just awesome. Again, I don't know whether you've seen the results, but really proper competitive, like within a tenth of a second of the quickest laps of Burton and all those guys. I mean, Italy's not short of some superstars. I don't know why Elliot was not at that race. I haven't quite worked.
He doesn't really do Italian nationals, does he?
Did he not?
No.
I wasn't quite sure, but we also had Giovanni as well in 7th or 8th, so 2 cars near the front end. Very complimentary again about the car. It was a real good feel-good weekend from everybody about the cars on a variety of different surfaces. Obviously, that was indoor as well, just like Psycho Nitro Blast was too. So big well done to the Italians. Again, throwing it in there for a small team, showing what we're up to. Exactly. South Coast was next on my list as we fly around our little world of results. That looked like a fairly dominant display from the guys down at South Coast. You probably know that one better than me in e-buggy. I think we had Davey Rules and who else do we have? Mr. Woodrow.
Yeah, so Mr. Woodrow he won. Davey Rules set TQ. Scott Follington was there in 4th, and then we also had the 2nd place, which was a slightly older Gamma.
The 215.
It was a 215E. Yep.
Nice.
Just remembering the name. I'm just checking.
So top 4 down there then. That's
top 4.
That's
1, 2, 3, 4. It was, and
very good. Thank you.
I'm just looking now. Marcus. I thought it was Marcus. I just wanted to make sure. So yes, Marcus Askell, I think it was. Yep.
I don't know Marcus. I've not met Marcus, but I'm sure we're going to be heading down to. I'm just throwing the picture up. Let's put the podium picture up from down there. Yep. You'll see that in a few seconds, hopefully. But yeah, it'd be really great. I'm really looking forward to getting back down to South Coast. That's my favourite Astro track. I know we've covered it before. Always have a fun time. Super friendly bunch of people down there too. And, you know, through the likes of Rob and Dave and stuff, we're seeing a real good Nemo hold there too, which is fantastic. So looking forward to getting back down there.
Me too. So the picture you've put up at the moment, or the one I can see, is not the podium picture. That's a Nemo. There it is. Done. Right, cool. It's just popped in.
We have to work delay.
So depending on my movements this week, if I'm not up at our track on Wednesday, I might go to South Coast in the afternoon and spend the evening there.
That sounds good. They do like a Wednesday evening. I saw a little comment on that in one of our threads, so that would be cool. Yeah.
So Rob says we can open up maybe a smidge early if we want to go down and make an afternoon evening of it, and they got floodlights as well, so it's pretty cool.
That'd be good. I think the weather's supposed to be quite stable, isn't it, this week? Fingers crossed, good, and all those other good things.
Yeah, I think today was the worst day, wasn't it? But
yes, definitely felt like the worst day as we were sweeping the track from the snowstorm.
Yeah.
Okay, and what I didn't put up in my medley, just because I was silly, was some nice pictures that Andrea's dad sent in from Padova. So I'm just quickly putting those up. They'll come up to you in a moment of 3.
Cool.
And there he is with his nice plaque as well, which you'll see after that too. And then we also had, moving on from that, we covered on it earlier on. We had Bennett Deardale, and he took a 5th place, I think, overall, if I'm right in saying that. Very good effort. Sounded like they had the changeable conditions that we saw at Nemo 2, with some snow and some slipperiness. And it's very difficult on AstroTurf, isn't it? It's very difficult on an oil track as well, to be fair, these days. But on Astro, you go from the 2 extremes, I guess, like an old track. It's almost the same thing, really, now these days, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, yes, if you're running yellows, and as soon as it rains on Astro, you're skating.
Yeah, it's game over. Game over. So yeah, I think that was really good. I think it's great to see the guys moving from dirt to Astro and all over the place, and still figuring very well with minimal setup changes with the cars and stuff. we've definitely, it always happens, doesn't it? You know, when you get into like the second years of a car or third years of a car, you really start to hone those setups in, or everybody does, and the results just start to become much, much easier. And I think that we're in that position with the 319. It just seems we've got a fairly big window now that we can dial the car in for anybody, e-buggy included as well. I know Jonesy ran his e-buggy, didn't he, at Westmill 2, and Dad was saying just how good that was as well. So that's really great to see. It makes our lives a bit easier when they're working straight out the box when everybody turns up somewhere.
Yeah, I think, like you say, it's a year of progression. You learn link positions and heights and lengths, and then you work around what you find to be the best. But sometimes it just takes a little while to find it.
Yeah.
But I think, once you've learned it, you learn it. You got to change roll centers, and once you're right, you're right.
Yeah, definitely so. The man you need for that is Mr. Warburton, because he'll have that all penned out, tuned in and tuned out, upside down. Yes, exactly. I'm still looking forward to watching his Mugen Supersport go. I'm hopeful we're going to see that this week at Nemo at some point if he manages to get up.
Well, Graham says he's going to let me have a go of his one.
Oof, blimey! Did he put any caveat that you're not allowed to jump it?
Yeah, I think I wasn't allowed to do the big jump.
The big jump.
Yeah.
The big jump right now is an absolute pleasure to do.
Yeah,
I think you're right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to listen. Obviously, I'm going to hit the jump flat out, but
flat out on lap one, yeah, like everybody does.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, break it, and I'm like,
Yeah, exactly. So that was my races that I had penned down. Four big ones. We covered Ben at Kent as well. Isn't it great to think that there was multiple things going on all over the country, and then there was 10th scale stuff going on. Obviously, you won that. So why don't you tell us where you were and what you did?
Yeah, I mean, I just I went to a club meeting down at Torch. I haven't been to Torch's new venue, and which is pretty nice. So Torch used to be one of my, it's one of my local tracks, but it used to also be one of my test tracks. But since they moved, I haven't been able to do that because at school now we can't just turn up in the week and have a go. So
is it the opposite where the indoor stuff is? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So it's just opposite there. And it's the first time I've been there, even though they've been open for like a year and a half. Obviously, with many lockdowns.
Yes,
but with no national and stuff there last year, I just didn't manage to get there. So it was a joy. It was literally like they picked up the old track and moved it.
Really, same layout? Did they do the same layout?
They always change in the layout, but it looks the same size pretty much. Same Astro, same pipes, same fencing around the outside.
Yeah, so it had the same feel.
Same rostrum, same toilet, everything.
Exactly. Still got the skid marks in it from 1993.
Still a few skidders in there, but it's a little bit bumpier than what it used to be.
Okay,
like that's definitely
keep you on your toes.
Feel it. But yeah, it was great fun. It wasn't a massive turnout because it's just one of their half-day club races. But my little James raced as well.
Oh, nice, cool.
Yeah, which was cool. He was super excited because he beat an adult.
Nice.
And yeah, I had a good race with Steve Brown, local hero and track. One of the track committees. We know Steve very well. He's a fast driver.
He is. He's not too bad on his day.
Exactly, and he was confident and pushed me all the way. I've got to say, he was driving very well. So
wow,
yeah, it wasn't an easy one. And I actually, I've driven a 10th scale a lot, obviously, because I do a lot of testing with them, but I haven't actually raced one for a while.
No,
and I was driving quite well, and he was still hanging on in there. So
yeah, fair play to him.
Yeah.
What's he running now? Is he running the S Works now?
Yes, S Works. Yeah, which as
Schumacher before.
This is quite close to Yokomo.
Well, if something's good, you copy it. That's part of the game, isn't it? It's part of the game in Formula One, so it's definitely going to be part of the game in model car racing too.
It is. One thing I did do though, as I tried, so we'd normally run darts, wouldn't we, like at nationals and stuff.
Yeah.
And like after 4 minutes, as we all know, they were pretty much slicks.
Yeah.
And then everyone down there is running this Proline pyramid.
Okay. Yeah.
It's
I've
like
seen it.
They're literally like our pyramids on the tire, and I managed to get set to try, and they were very good.
And how did they last?
Apparently, they do at least 2 meetings.
There's a thought. There's a thought for some people that actually want to open their minds and have a think.
Yes, because I put brand new darts on for round 1, and by round 2, I was wheel spinning half up straight. and I was like, going.
I've said to you internally lots of times, the 10th scale game was new to me when we were pushing the Yokomo stuff properly as NemoRacing, or trying to anyway. And I just couldn't get my head around how much people were spending on tyres, and surely in a controlled tyre category there had to be a better way, and that immediately to me that sounds like a better way.
Yes. I heard so Schumacher have a new tyre called a Mezzo.
Oh, nice.
Which is a bigger dart, and I heard that lasts a bit longer. So maybe that's
good.
They're
it's not an anti-Schumacher thing. What I'm saying there is just an anti-situation, and obviously tyres wearing out super fast is not ideal for the guys that are doing the hobby ultimately. Obviously, it's probably ideal for the manufacturers, but we need the guys in the hobby in the first place to have the manufacturers. So, bit of give and take somewhere along the line.
Exactly, and Torch's Astro is obviously a little bit abrasive because
okay?
Like you get a lot for the amount of green stuff on the back of your car when you finish. I'm shocked the track's still green. It can't keep coming up. Like the fuzz is everywhere. But
turn black.
But it was wicked to get back out racing my two-wheel drive car. It was awesome. Felt really nice. Felt like I was straight, put an old glove on back at home.
Away you go.
So yeah, it was nice.
Nice. Well done.
We had EPR. We had quite a lot of 10th scale races on. One of our Nemo drivers, Matt Thompson.
He's a good lad.
He did a regional race up at BMR, I think it's called, and he TQ'd.
Nice.
Which was awesome. And then they have a single-legged final, and I think he had a couple of tough laps, but finished third still, which is still a great result.
Very good.
Young Ben Smith came and won it from 5th on the grid.
Okay.
Freddie Thompson was 2nd.
Well, sounds good. Imagine how much faster all those guys are going to be in another year's time.
I know, right? Mad. And then also Eden Park was on. There's a lot of different races all over the place. Eden Park was on there, the regional, whereas a few of our Nemo guys were racing 10th scale. It was Caden Stenhouse was BQ, just missed the main.
Nice.
Which is very, very good for very, very good. He's a youngster.
Yeah, absolutely up and coming. Yeah.
And then we had Uar Pirate Boy Manny, who's in the main.
But that's where he was. He wasn't busy looting at sea. He was racing 10th scale, which is a similar thing, to be fair. It's easy to get that mixed up.
It's close. And then Yaz and Harley, they were the sharp as well.
Okay, cool. So it was a weekend of massive festivities everywhere then.
Yes.
Whatever your class.
Whatever your class, there was something for you.
So let's move it on, because we're 40 minutes in, which is good. 9th of May race. I don't think we'd covered that last week. Last week when we did our live, we hadn't decided. I think we were thinking whether we would fit one in between, the end of those races that we'd just done and the end of May, which is 2-month period. So we've managed to find a date that, well, unfortunately, it clashed with Brookthorpe. But before we announced the date, we spoke with them and said, look, this is the only date that we can do. What did you think? And we agreed that there's enough people want to go racing right now for us to do it. So we did. So 9th of May is open, already over half full. Good drivers coming into that. So if you fancy it, get yourself in. That definitely will be the last race before we move into our Dirt GP. Regarding the Dirt GP, we're very close to being able to give all the details of that. That should happen this week. A 3-day bonanza. Like we've said, we're getting some international flavour. It's looking really good and strong that we can get some of the international guys in for that race. We've got over 200 entries for that. We'll be starting to send out the confirmations, as I say, this week. I think the race entry fee is going to be £45 for the 3 days, which is hopefully going to represent really good value for money. We're going to do some barbecues and all sorts of bits and pieces as those COVID restrictions relax for us. We can start doing more of the things that we love as Nemo, and getting everybody round for a good laugh after the races too. So that's going to be happening this week, hopefully. I think that's exciting. Even now, if you haven't entered that race and you're fancying it, get your £1 interest in. Obviously, anybody that we can't quite fit in, we will make sure that we refund that £1 to them. But we're going to try as much as we can to accommodate everybody. If we can, we will. We're working on the format right now. It's looking good. You're going to get loads of racing for that too. It's going to be a bonanza. It's going to be an awesome race. As I say, looking at 200 plus entries. So
Paddy Piston UK.
Paddy Piston UK. Yeah, there's going to be lots of alcohol drinking and competitions and silly races and frolics and fun and festivities and all the other good things that go with racing these cars that we all love. So
exactly, I think one good thing to say is obviously we are restricted on the time we can finish, but which we wouldn't ever want to go past, because we want people to enjoy their evenings as well as the race.
Yeah, absolutely. We're definitely fans of doing the racing, having fun, going hard at it, but finishing it at a sensible time. We don't want to be doing 24-hour practice sessions, that's for sure. We need to be doing 24-hour bar drinking sessions before we need to be doing 24-hour practice sessions. Practice is overrated. Just ask Craggy or Clancy or Sloppy, or you don't need it. Just rock up.
Rock up, make it happen. Happy days.
Exactly. So quickly to catch up on my other little bits and pieces I've got written down here. Truck tyres in stock now, 6mix. I think we might have mentioned it last week, but they're here and in. 6mix accessories as well. Had a restock on some of the popular ones of those. They're all now back in as well. The big tyre order is hopefully soon. Leroy's going to put some pressure on over the next day or two, which is a big order again of all of the popular ones. We've still got some of the other ones that are worth trying, because you never know until you try it what they're going to do. And also the carbon steering plates that you were rocking at the weekend and used all weekend, Leroy.
Yep.
We have a batch of them now done. So if we can get them photoed and listed, they'll be online soon. And would you be so kind as to explain them while I go for a pee?
Of course.
Awesome. I'm gone.
So yes, so the last few weeks I've been trialing some carbon fiber steering limiter plates. Obviously, we get quite a lot of actual steering throw with our aluminium caster blocks. So we designed some plates that we attach to the Ackerman screws. So 2 screws that go through to hold the steering arm. You can now attach these plates to it. And what it does is it restricts the amount of travel that your steering has. Obviously, people say you can do it by dual rate. You can, but when you do it by dual rate, you often get that tire flap because it doesn't hold it onto something. It doesn't hold it strongly over at a point, because what you actually want to do is you want to overthrow your steering a little bit so that when it's under force, you still have a strong hold. So what this can do, we limit the amount of steering throw, but we still have an endpoint stop. So we can overthrow the steering a little bit and it will hold it at that degree of angle. And the degree in which we're making a 30-degree amount of steering and a 25. I'm not sure if both have been made, but that is what I advised. Here he is. He'll be able to confirm or deny.
30s, I think.
30s are done. 30s were the ones I used all last weekend at Nemo. It gives you a nice amount of steering without it overthrowing a little bit too much and then making it a bit aggressive to drive. Definitely for me, it made massive improvements in sweepers and stuff like that, because you don't get that wheel lock that catches bumps when you're going hard. And you didn't seem to lose any steering in the slow stuff. It makes the car really, really nice, really numb, but still a great amount of steering.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's been a very interesting exercise. And again, we cover it every time we can, but a really interesting exercise to have the track that we do, to be able to throw these things on, ideas that you have, and see what it actually does. Because I think your car at the weekend looked the best I've ever seen it. You looked super comfortable with it. And I think these plates will benefit absolutely everybody, because they just take that 5% of, sometimes it's a half little error. They seem to just disappear with it. It's just so consistent. And you can actually see it if you look on Live RC and you look at your consistency rates. They just go through the roof.
Yeah.
We're not trying to chase that individual single lap time. It's about doing that same thing over and again. Ask Sloppy. He'd tell us, wouldn't he? Mr. Race Pace, as Barton said. So yeah, they're going to be a cool item, and we could do a video on those, I guess.
Yeah, definitely we will. And then, what a lot of people don't understand is the front steering on RC cars, definitely, and a lot of off-road cars in real life, they actually turn into rudders past a certain point.
Yeah.
Ours do exactly the same. After a certain point, they act as a brake. So if you can get the car to turn with less lock, you will go through the corner faster.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. That Mr. Truman was giving us some education on all of that, bringing his F1 experience into the fold, which is always nice to see.
Yeah, and you think we're running at 30-degree steering now with these limiters. F1 cars run at 5-degree lock.
Yeah, it's something crazy, isn't it? And past that, they're considered a brake.
Yeah,
exactly. By the engineering team, it's just a brake. It's not required for anything other than brake.
Obviously, have a lot of aero tech, whereas we don't. But 30 degrees is good for me, and I think 25 is good for a lot of people.
We're working on that aero tech, Mr. Martin.
We are indeed.
We'll upset some people and some rules probably, but
we are. Yes. But there we go. So I would advise people to get the 25 and the 30. Obviously, the 30 is now ready. The 25 will be ready soon. But for a lot of guys, I think they'll be happy with 25 and 30 for the guys that want to go a little bit faster.
Yeah, nice. Good.
There we go.
We'll make that happen this week. So that's my list of stuff apart from some questions. And hopefully we've got some questions on the side. Or if we haven't, guys, anyone watching, if you've got a question for Leroy or myself or anybody else for that matter, let us know. I'm going to throw in the link as well. Let's see if we can get our lovely ginger friend to come and join us. He was working late with us today, so I don't know whether he's still driving home, but we can but try. Have we got some questions on the side, Leroy?
So I'll just carry on from where I left off. Basically, Craig Homer says it's the first track he went to for 8th, and I think this was about Slough. His engine went back to practice, ended up a spectator all day because he travelled with a mate. Nice. Deep Set Designs need to get the Nemo guys up to the new East Shrewsbury track and see who's going to take the fastest lap.
Definitely. We need to do that. Obviously, on the national calendar and stuff. And it's exciting that we're back racing, but then you suddenly have the daunting look at the calendar of just how full it immediately is. And you think, whoa, how are we going to get everywhere?
We'll make it happen. I was speaking to Mark Jones / Lewis Jones about it today, that we need to get up there. Apparently, they're not oiling it.
That's interesting, because I'd had some conversations with them over the winter that they were going to try a new technique. So I wonder whether that's.
So I heard they were going to use some dust control thing.
Did that not work out?
I don't know, but from what I've experienced with any of that stuff before, it's never really worked, because dust control is great. But then when you get an 8th scale RC car ripping through the top surface, it's no longer, it doesn't do anything after that. But we'll see. I mean, it'd be cool to have a natural earth track again anyway. So see how
that would shake it up, wouldn't it? That's sort of the men.
Get a free rides.
Monster trucks. I like your thinking. Free rides would be the one.
Free rides would be the one at Slough too. But
I'm going to scare you.
Look at this guy rocking this vintage shirt.
that is exactly what I said today, but that's actually the current t-shirt.
And I know exactly where you got that.
Yes, you do.
Exactly. It was half-inched.
Cheers. Can't remember his name.
JPL.
Yeah, JLP. Yeah, cheers for that. Sorry. Escaped my mind because I've not seen you for 2 years. Yeah, but Mark's happily rocking it, and he's looking good.
It's amazing.
We discussed it. It was like, Oxfam, or can we repurpose this clothing? And it was.
And look at the job we did.
Yes, exactly.
Oxfam is enjoying it.
But yes, exactly. But that is actually quite a nice material T-shirt. So if anyone online would like one, then we could.
John, did I tell you how nice this material is?
I think about 5 times today.
Oh right, right. Number 6 incoming.
Yeah, and I think I commented about the neckline looking a little bit weird for a small.
This is actually a reversible shirt, John. In typical typical fashion design. This is reversible, where it has a.
Has it got the A shape print all across it, like completely multiple times?
Yes.
Good. Anyway,
how are we doing?
You've joined. Well, very good, thank you. You've joined us on our question time, which is when we traditionally bring in Mr. Rumble.
I actually just arrived back at 9 minutes ago.
Nice.
And you had a shower already?
No, I think this might actually just be
greased up.
That's a little bit of oil from the track from
actually getting the vegetable oil in my eyes.
Yeah, it looks good. Suits you.
It's going to be
anyway. Leroy was going down the side, so we're going to have some questions too.
I was. So the first thing, Ivan says, car for a puppy.
So that's gone down.
Oh, it's at a discount.
We're going the right way.
200 down.
Happy days.
Chris James says he's loving the black and white wheels Brandon Rose has. What are they? So they are a hot race carbon wheel. So you won't be getting them
with a sticker on.
With a sticker on.
With the decal on the front.
Black wheels inside would not be not be a winner, I don't think, for knowing exactly where your wheels are on a track with black pipe as well, because they use black pipe.
Yeah, that wouldn't have been good.
I think the black wheels, like I was obviously looking at Tessman's car from his post, his picture of his winning car. But with the little white sort of, because they have to be slightly undersized, the center deck, the center stickers in the middle, they look, in my opinion, which means nothing, pony. Is that me, or is it sort of everyone's look?
I would concur.
They look like they've got.
Although
like
I do know that both Leroy and myself have rocked a wheel sticker before, so we've got to be a little bit.
Well, you two, you need to get a room.
To be fair, my one did fill the whole wheel. I don't know why they undersize them like that.
No, I don't.
Must pick up at the edges, or
yeah, they're so far off the edges that
because they look like 2-inch sidewall. They look like a short
I bet it makes the car feel better through the bumps because the tyre feels massive.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
it probably does.
Yeah.
What's the word, Rumble, you'd like to use for that? The placebo effect?
The placebo effect, yeah. Applicable.
Just tip of placebo.
Yeah. So next, Craig Homer, he says Easter weekend was epic and great to be back with the team. The guys were the amount of help that he got was unbelievable, and he saw improvement made all over the 3 days. Tell me why he went away for 18 months.
That's cool. I like that. That's awesome to see.
Back home.
We've got to give a big thank you to our very own action man for that as well. He was one of those guys on that day that was out on track, watching what's going on and trying to advise and stuff like that. And hopefully that's the depth of Nemo, isn't it? At the end of the day, trying to point these guys in the right way. So cool. Thank you, Craig, for that comment. I think that's lovely.
Mate, it makes all of that worthwhile, because sometimes you see lots of other people in the market, and John and I have often had conversations about it when we analyse others or analyse our competitors, and we think they do so little, and somehow
some do, some don't, some are good.
Some do, some don't. Yeah, we've
definitely not across
many
the board, but
no, not at all. But you think sometimes they're like some of our competitors that don't sort of try to be as proactive, still have such a following, and then we're like, blimey, I wonder. It's interesting. It boggles the mind at times, but hearing that, Craig, makes it all worthwhile. Me old mucker.
There we go, mucker. Quake says he needs to book a hotel near Nemo Raceway for a week and buy a barrel of fuel and go ham.
Absolutely that. And do you know what? There's some options there for doing that post-COVID, and equally as well. And we need to have a little chat with our landlord about it. But they have B&B accommodation that is literally a mile from the track, a mile and a half from the track. That I'm pretty sure that we could negotiate some really, really good rates. So we're going to get on that case, and that would be perfect for that scenario where you just want to come and do a few days, something nice and cheap. Absolutely, as I say, mile and a half away, be perfect for it.
Yeah. And for the guys coming from America and stuff, it's next to the British National History of Motor Museum.
That's true. That is true. We could try and arrange a tour, couldn't we? We could go all put over on the crowd. I mean, they had Ferrari and Pagani and Lamborghini when they were offering tours up for the foreigners. We can take them to British Leyland and Rover.
To be fair, we could have a chat with Oliver Taylor and take him to Aston.
Well, that would be better. True. I would agree. That would be better than Rover and British Leyland.
Yeah, if you want to go.
But it is all there. It's all on that junction. It's a bit weird, that really, to be fair, isn't it?
It's Jaguar Land Rover and Aston Martin.
Aston Martin, yeah.
It's like the motorsport area, isn't it? With Pro Drive junction down.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if we actually wanted to do this properly, there's obviously a lot of F1 teams around as well.
Yeah, there is.
All of most. Well,
let's get our heads thinking on it.
Yep, cool. Right.
Talking of Oliver. Talking of Oliver, I need to
can he have
correct us.
Yes, please.
He can have a little more. Is
very good.
He had a I said that he ran an X-ray. He doesn't run X-ray. He does run hot bodies. Someone
He
said
does.
I'm sure it was an X-ray before.
no, because I
No,
thought
he
it was
always
X-ray
he
as
always
well.
ran hot bodies. He's very close to switching to a Gamma.
Yeah, we'll get him. We'll get him there.
That's the.
In other words, he
RC
currently
speed
runs
driver. You
hot
got to
bodies.
get Ian to work on it.
That's it.
Right. Ready, Rumble?
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Any more? Rumble?
Starting from
No,
now.
okay, good.
That Ali G.
Robert Glenn says, "Hey fellas, I'm late to the party. New bullet motors for the USA guys. Date? Question mark. Question mark. Think I'll be dropping reds." So basically, what he's asking is when the bullet motor's ready.
So it'll be for the USA, it'll be exactly the same as what we have over here. We'll have a simultaneous launch between the two markets, and it's going to be any time soon. I can't be any more specific right now. They're in production as we speak. Very, very, very soon. But Billy is absolutely on the case, and we'll have them at the same time as we have Buddy. So I would hope within April.
Yeah, and I know you. I was listening in the background on the drive, and I know you mentioned obviously about Ty Tessman's result. That is obviously really good. You know, it's good to see. It affirms what we already know on the big stage. So yeah, really good to see that. There was a silver lining and all that. But yeah, it's yeah. So that's good.
Are you on a chaise longue? What are you actually?
No,
sat on?
I'm actually sat on a bed. I was originally going to sit on the edge of the bed. Yeah, no, I am.
You've got the phone like upside down.
No, this is the headboard.
Ooh, so okay, nice. So is that
For,
the bed that's broken a lot of married husbands' hearts, or not?
No, not this one.
Not that one.
Just their arms.
I am.
That's at the Premier Inn.
Yeah. I'm at my grandparents'. However,
Good Lord.
Well,
let's hope. Try.
But this isn't the bed for that.
No. What did you just open then, Leroy? Was it another Bud Light?
Yeah, I was enjoying it too much. It's my last one, so I'm getting it down.
Good.
Get it gone.
We're ready for the next question.
Okay, good. Option RC is online, just to tell you all.
Mr. Berryman.
B-Dog.
NemoRacing Southern partner.
Yes. Boom.
Oh yeah. Premium dealer.
Just speaking of
the only thing that's missing, I've worked it out from this year, is the SRS.
Yeah. It's funny. It was actually on a stream maybe 2-3 ago, mentioned about the SRS, whether we're finding out it was happening or not. It's not. So no SRS this year.
Okay.
Adrian sadly has been very ill.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
on the road to recovery.
On the road to recovery, which is good. Really pleased to that because really like Adrian. He's
lovely guy.
Lovely guy, and really pleased. He's obviously run a Gamma for a long time.
But we like him anyway.
As well as just being a sound chap,
we like him a lot.
Yeah.
He's also quite good at drinking Chateau Neuf de Pape as well, just in case you were wondering.
So
he's pretty good. He's a bit of a dark horse at that. You wouldn't possibly think it sometimes, but
we've definitely seen some dark teeth.
Can hold his own.
I think that should become a new expression: seeing dark teeth.
Where have you heard that?
Red wine drinking.
Red wine drinking excessively.
Oh, okay then. That's okay.
Yeah. However, John, I've seen you many a time with looking like you've got little black soldiers in your mouth like that.
You have never seen me looking like that. Don't give me that. Right, next question. Let's move on.
Next.
So Andy B says, "Can we have a small stage for the Rumble and Beaumont joke session?"
Yes, I think we could, and we'll host it live on Live RC.
He also says that Sixmic need to release their magma in truggy size. Now, it would be good.
That would be. Can you imagine how good that would be?
Fast.
Good. Make it happen, Leroy. You've got the pull in the industry.
I'm on it.
That happen.
Chewy Gaming says, "Hey up, lads."
Hey up.
All right, kid.
All right, kid. Quake, the flywheel has come loose on my engine. Is there an easy way to take the clutch belt off, but putting off fixing it? John?
Yes, that's disappointing when that does happen, to be fair. What would I do with that? I would probably take the head off, get the wife's tea towel, shove it down the top of the head, which will then block everything up without killing anything, and then you'd be able to tighten it up to do whatever you want to do with it.
I'm always hesitant of cable tying them.
I wouldn't cable tie them.
No,
tea
because
towel.
yeah,
Head off.
it's
Tea
hard.
towel. Make sure there's no dirt anywhere. Bring the piston down the sleeve, so there's lots of room in the sleeve. Throw a nice, good
Rub it in
quality
the
tea
exhaust
towel
port.
into it. Ram it in. Put your head on the top of it, and then you'll be able to do whatever you want. That's also a secret to get the piston and liner out as well, but we'll do that another time.
So you put the head back on.
Well, once you've done all of that, yeah, then you put the head back on. But you leave the head off when you're doing it. It basically just blocks up the void and stops it so the piston can't come up the sleeve, so it locks everything up, and then you can do something with it.
Push it back up the exhaust port and put it at bottom dead center, and then ram her in. Like you would with a cable tie, but potentially not with. I find either cable.
If you're local, bring it in and we'll do it for you.
We'll
it's in the US.
Not so local.
Take a while to get there.
We'll try.
Yes.
Cool.
Any excuse,
Quakey boy. Chewy Gaming says, when will we find out who's got into the May Bank holiday weekend?
So this week, I'm going to put some pressure on myself and Rumble to actually make that happen with the entries. Mr. Race Director, let's start firing those off. So this week we'll start getting those out, and you'll get a request just to basically finish off your entry. If you get that request, it means that you're in, as long as you act on it accordingly and get it done and dusted.
And what I think we're probably going to do, since I'm pretty sure that we are going to be heavily oversubscribed, is
hopefully not heavily.
No. But I think we're going to be oversubscribed. I think we'll make the format work as far as we can. But we've had so many entries; it's amazing. But I think if we've sent the sort of checkout link and they're not on it, good. John's actually not lower. John's not raising himself. The table is lowering.
Exactly.
Well,
I was listening. Sorry.
We'll try.
Stupid.
It's quite loud. It's quite.
So what is going on?
Aggressive.
John's actually on Starship Enterprise. Or something.
Aggressive sit stand. Yes. Beam me up the boys, guy. No.
Yes. Be proactive. If we send you the link, get yourself booked in.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, don't hang about. Just so we know whether you're interested or not. If you haven't checked out in 3 days, then you're not interested.
Kind of know.
Yeah.
Right. Good. Paul Markham says, what do you think of the Joker lane at Psycho Nitroblast?
I think that's a very good question, and it's multifaceted. That I think I like it if I'm watching remotely and I've got live RC and I've got Scotty telling us what's going on and who's used what and everything else. I think if I was trackside, it would be very difficult to know what the hell was going on, because unless you've got live RC up on your phone, which obviously you should be, like NemoRacing, have it up in your hand so you know what's going on. I think it would be quite difficult to know who is where and what's left. I know I found myself shouting at the screen for Brandon to use some jokers because he was saving them up and he was always like down the back, but I had Billy texting me, giving me the inside line as to what was going on. So I like it and I don't like it at the same time. I think it's cool that there's something different. I think the Psycho Nitro Blast is a perfect example to do it on, because it's such an extreme race. It's not normal. And so throw some stuff in. I think it's super cool what those guys do. Even like the tunnel that they come through to announce them with the lights going on and a bit of smoke, and it's awesome to see something different in RC.
What a good fun fair.
I wouldn't want to see it. I wouldn't want to see it every race. I don't think. I think it's too difficult to understand what's going on. Leroy, what do you think?
Yeah, I think it works quite well in qualifying, where it's 5 minutes. You can only do it once. I think that's kind of cool. But when it comes to finals, I didn't actually watch one from start to finish, so I'm unsure how it played out, but it could get confusing because you get 3 goes at it or something.
3. You're right on that. I think if it was once, it would be super clear, because it's, to be fair to live RC, there's like a little Joker man that's on their name and stuff, but there wasn't 3 Joker men on there, so you couldn't actually see, if you were just looking at live timing, what was going on. So yeah, I think you're right on that. Maybe once would be enough to get that. I think it's cool that you can do a strategy change, use it on your in lap for your pit stop, or if you're in traffic, think, no, I'm going to get out of this, or I think that's quite cool.
Undercut, overcut thing.
It's hard to know what's going on then.
Yeah.
You have to wait until the very last minute to almost like nearly understand what's going on.
Can you imagine being like super confident with your strategy and you pull that thing on the last lap and you go from like nothing to win?
So somebody did that, and they missed
3 in a row.
Only a second. They did 3 in a row, and they went from being absolutely nowhere to just missing the win. I think it might have been in truck.
That's cool.
I didn't watch that. Yeah, in that.
I think actually, if Live RC worked a little bit on the interface of, for example, you had 3 jokers next to the drivers, and they crossed out as the drivers did them. Yeah. That would be perfect for the remote view for people watching elsewhere.
And to be fair, like Scotty did a good job of keeping everybody informed. Like he was going like, he actually said like Brandon's in like 9th or 10th or whatever he was, but he's not used any jokers yet. So he's gonna, they were doing the quick maths, man's not hot, to see where he was gonna come out. So you've got without Scotty, you would have been like, what is going on? Yeah, you wouldn't have known at all what was going on.
There we go. We'll leave that.
Yeah, no, it was cool.
Yes.
And only be done with Live RC.
There we go. Premier partner.
And Jonathan May says, what's an easy to drive diff oils for a dirt track? 773.
I need to go and change my incontinence pants again.
Off you go.
That's about right. 773 mint.
So Quay, talking about that. Just talking about video games. Jonesy Crab says he's all booked in, so that's him booked in. He's going to get a training day with John.
Nice.
SS Rallying. If I came midweek for a couple of days, is camping on site okay?
No.
Not currently. It will be as of the 17th, though, wouldn't it?
No.
Still not in the week.
Not in the week.
Okay.
So we're gonna obviously camping at all races. Because I just had to clarify this with someone else this morning. Is camping during the week, during just for normal practice sessions, is a no. But camping obviously at all of the race meetings, absolutely fine once guidance allows. Because obviously, if we allow people to camp, we obviously need to be there as well. So obviously it doesn't massively work. So no camping for practice or practice in the week, but meetings before like on the Friday night of a Saturday, Sunday, Monday, of course, when guidance allows. You missed that bit, John, but you didn't miss much.
I didn't. I heard it twice because you gave it to me. You gave it to us twice.
You're welcome. That was for free, the second one.
Very nice.
So Sarah Campbell says the dust suppressant did work at Shrewsbury. We only had it delivered on Wednesday and put a little on the track Saturday. Then it was run on Sunday. The grip was great and it did keep the soil compact. We'll put more on and it'll be able to soak in better. It's still early days though, but it was great to run on.
That's good. Good to hear. It'd be nice to have another option as well.
Yeah, and one that works, because
the biggest one for me is when the rain comes. It's like sugar. Sugaring a track absolutely works. It keeps it together. It gives good traction. It's fun and all the rest of it. As soon as it rains, it's gone. It's gone, and you have to start again. That's the thing. Where oil is so strong is it can keep raining on it, and you can keep just brushing it off and going again.
Yeah, because it was they made these dust suppressant things for like army barracks in the Middle East. That's what kind of made them.
Yeah,
it doesn't rain much, so
no.
So
rain does have a factor.
I think 2-3 years ago, Kent used the VP Racing Fuels.
Yeah.
They manufacture one for motocross tracks and stuff like that. They used it, and I'm pretty certain that it rained and it washed it away, and it would just like nothing was done. It was incredibly expensive. It was completely uneconomical. It was uneconomical even if it worked well, and it didn't work a single ounce.
Let's hope this one doesn't do that.
Yeah, exactly. And clearly a different good to have a different
getting the feedback and see.
Yeah. If they found something, it'd be great if it makes
it'd be mint. Yeah,
stuff. It'd be awesome.
Yep.
Andy B, just a constructive comment, but my first visit found it hard to know just when the heat timing had started. Could the green light flash and then turn solid when the run starts? As I know you don't do tannoys, and I somewhat agree.
No, as an easy answer, I don't think there's any way that we could repeat. We could do it on a one-off, but repeatedly do that. I think, the track goes green. You have 2 minutes warm up. If the lap's 48 seconds, whatever it is, you're going to pit one time, and then you just got to crack on with it. Really, ultimately.
Yeah, I think ultimately it doesn't matter because you just keep going round and round and round. But I did find myself looking at the screen, and I luckily could see the time. So
yeah,
you need to invest in some headsets, and then your pit man would be able to say to you, "It's over," or whatever he would say.
You're racing. Don't worry, you haven't started. You haven't started.
I've got my lovely radio things, but I don't know where the batteries are.
Oh,
it's always good.
Hiding.
80 quid to put some new ones in, no doubt.
Awesome.
Yes.
Robert Glenn's loving my Bud Light. Always good when Americans see the old Bud Light.
Exactly. We've normally got who's the old dude that does that advert? Is it Jean-Claude Van Damme?
That's
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Oh, is that Coors?
Coors Light.
Sorry.
Coors Light's Canadian, John.
Is it?
Yeah.
God, John, that was a hash up.
I didn't
one at the weekend.
I didn't know that until I got my world map of beers.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, exactly. Look, Lee had a cheat sheet.
Yeah, exactly.
Talking of world maps, we got a very lovely delivery from the RC World Maps. Is that what they call it?
Alan O'Brien. Oh,
yeah, it's cool. Did you see it, Rumble?
No.
Oh, it's very cool. It's very, very cool.
I've seen pictures of it. But it'd be cool to see one in the flesh.
It's awesome.
We're going to hang it up in the office somewhere.
Nice.
And they're going to do an 8 scale one soon as well.
I was going to say it would be cool to have a 10th and an 8th one hanging up, and it's very cool. Nice idea. I like
very
it.
Cool.
Yes. So anyone wants to check it out, I think that's what it's called. Something along those lines.
Yeah.
Maps of the world.
Track
Alan
maps.
O'Brien. Send him a message.
Just an internal reminder, talking of just things that need to be done, is beta pipes. We're expecting beta pipes very, very shortly. And also we have some stuff to do with beta pipes as well, which I didn't think I forgot about. It slipped my mind. So I'll put that on the list.
Good.
The list to
Are
do.
you talking just openly for the Rumble list, or am I supposed to?
Well, no, you need to remember this. And Lee, you also need to remember this. Because we just do.
Okay, on it. Chris Sharp Simkis, no discounts on double classing.
No.
Just answering that.
Chris, we've seen the size of your wallet. Get it out there, buddy. Pay the memberships. 35 quid to come and use an epic track, even if we do say so ourselves, for a year. And you can come there. We will help you do anything you need to do. Tune your engine if you need a bit of help. I don't know how good you are at tuning engines. We will provide you a nice coffee and soft drinks and live timing and all those other wonderful things. It's an absolute bargain.
Yeah,
it is. Although that was just for the race meeting, the double classing.
Well, the thing is actually
earlier on we were talking about memberships and stuff. So
okay.
Yeah, the thing about double classing is obviously it's good for the drivers to get track time and stuff like that. But as far as for a race organizer's concerned, it is really not attractive having people double class all the time.
No, it's hard because you'll want to
they're always not there marshalling,
something, or you take it away from somebody else. Or...
Oh yeah, it makes no odds to me. Aside the fact that inevitably the people you're waiting for to marshal of like, oh, I can't marshal because I'm this car in this heat, and you're moving them around, you're doing this, you're doing that.
Unless you bring Mr. Rumble as race director and a copy energy drink like a kick. I know I was more on that, and then maybe you might be in luck.
And some pork scratchings.
Yeah, and some pork scratchings.
Pack of porkies and a sugar-free Monster Energy, the silver Monster Energy. We might be in for the money.
Exactly.
Cherry Pepsi Max if you can't find a silver Monster Energy.
Good shout. It's a deal. Done
deal.
And then if you really want to get these good books, the little fizzy sweets.
And that's it.
The little fish.
Little fish. Or
he will actually pay you to race your 2 classes, to be fair.
Yeah, well, you're in.
That would be the way, wouldn't it?
Tell me what spot you want to stand on. Done.
Tim Simpson says the Joker Lane was dreadful.
That's because Tim is an accountant stroke mathematician stroke intelligent
Critical
man.
analyzer.
Yeah.
And so that probably set all sorts of matrix off in a different direction that couldn't compute.
Exactly. Jamie Army says, got to drive Sean's car at the weekend. He's got it planted. Jamie, anytime you're ready, mate.
And that's very nice to hear. So that's cool.
Because Jamie's now running Team Associated, and he was running
really?
Serpent.
I thought he was Serpent through and through.
Yeah,
I thought
same.
you cut him in half and he was Serpent.
Yeah, like a stick of rock, but clearly not. So he's running Associated. So yeah, but good. Thank you for the feedback.
Yeah, it's cool.
And
Cool.
yeah, I'll get your one. I'll get your one booked out next week.
Yes, Craig Homer, joke lane's not for him. Ivan, can you buy part 0060?
One moment, Ivan. Let me just see what that is, because
I'll move on while you're checking.
It's a shock.
It's
a shock cap O-ring, John.
I thought it was something to do with a fuel tank.
Oh, fuel tank. Yeah.
Let's see.
It is.
It's not listed.
No.
I have other plans. Leroy, you carry on while I'm trying to find.
Davey Rolls 773 for Nemo. I think that's not a bad starting point until we know what grip level there is. If it's high grip, you're going to want to go up a bit. But if it's like a normal grip level, that's good.
Yeah.
Quake, John, your trick worked perfectly. Going to write that one down. I'll buy you a beer or wine when I come round to Nemo.
What did I do?
That's the T-towel in the engine.
Oh, there we go. Perfect. It's like cheating. I don't know why people don't do it.
Chewy Gaming laughs. CSS rallying on it, chaps. See you there soon. Chris James says Malaiki saying she will have a coffee next time she's up.
Perfect. We will
new
get
kettle.
New kettle on. New kettle has been bought at Nemo HQ. So
that's it.
Yes, today.
Nice.
We had Mr. Pavey coming, and I knew. The actual story is, I looked at our kettle over the weekend when I was having it wasn't over the weekend. It must have been on Tuesday when we were having a reset, and I was just like, "This is not okay." So I threw it away. It was like, "That's gone." And then I thought, we're going to have Graham that's going to need a cup of tea. He's going to want a kettle. And then I knew I had Mark coming as well that would need a coffee. So Mr. Rumble, I texted him, it's like, "We need a kettle." He's like, "Do you need anything from Tesco's?" "Yes, a kettle." So he came with a nice kettle. So we have a new kettle.
And it's a quiet boil kettle.
The kettle.
But I did bring you a lovely Nespresso machine.
And that will get used extensively, but it's not so good for tea.
No.
It's a little less convenient.
Right. GW Racing only works in tea. That's how we pay him. Is like, and how many English breakfast teas he can have a day.
He is 15. The best tea and coffee maker I know.
Me too, as well. I was like, yeah, whenever there's a tea on offer from Mr. Wright, I'm there.
Yes, agreed.
It's all right.
All right.
Charlie Locke says he ran both classes for race 7 despite not having a pitman for truck. Cheers, John. Was wicked fun, but not sure I run both again in a hurry. Too stressful.
Park up the stress. Just make it happen. Run 2 classes. It's for winners.
Theory.
Holt Jack says, "See you tomorrow, John. Going to Nemo tomorrow."
Nice. Who is that?
Holt Jack.
Holt Jack.
Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come.
I don't know who that is.
I don't know. Holt Jack, please tell us your name.
Yes.
Unless you're called Jack Holt.
Andy B says, Mr. Rumble looked very comfy in race control, but I did feel like I was looking at a gorilla through the bars of a zoo when I popped by for my tyres.
He's not
wrong.
wrong.
It was keeping him safe from angry drivers.
Yeah, it's for everybody else's protection, to be fair.
Yeah, it's not for my protection.
Just don't feed him. Don't feed him.
Institute.
I would love to not have the bars, which obviously we didn't have the bars, and then we got broken into and lost lots of money. So, unfortunately,
worth it in the end.
Yeah, them's the breaks. Oil seal cap O-ring 0060.
I told you. I said it.
Is that what you said?
I did.
He did say O-ring.
Did he?
Yeah. I was like,
O-ring.
cap O-ring. It's the little tiny little really slim one that goes on the bottom.
Who wanted those?
Ivan.
Hook us up, Ivan, and we'll hook you up. we have some.
He's going to put them on his car.
In the secret safe. They are going to be mint.
Craig Homer says he don't know if he can race a dirt GP, but If I don't enter, I'll come at least one of the days to help marshalling and pitting.
Perfect. And come on one of the days that we're going to have a barbecue, free barbecue for everybody, and have a burger too, and a social.
Charlie Lock RC says, as in, cheers, John, for chucking me on.
Hey, I thought it was like a cheers, John. Like I let you down. Somewhere.
Yeah, cheers, John, mate.
Yeah, cheers, John. That's what I'm used to. You told me I was going to win the A final. Cheers, John. Okay, so I've got three questions on the side. Benefits of each shock type: emulsion and standard, bladder versus high rebound. What would you use and why, Mr. Leroy? That's for you.
I mean, simply, you run bladder when you've got grip, traction, and you run emulsion when you want to create a little bit more grip or traction.
Agreed, 100,050%.
Yeah, high rebound for even more grip and traction. If you've got way too much of it, the high rebound. Bye, Rumble. the high rebound.
I nearly just wrote off my MacBook then. Where's Rumble gone? Oh, he's back.
He's back.
I'm back.
Oh, hello.
I accidentally opened a notification. Apologies.
Good Lord.
So yeah, hopefully that answers that one. If I'm anywhere where it's like medium to low grip, I'll run emulsion. If I've got too much steering, I'll put bladder just in the front, and then if I need to take grip off all round, I'll run bladder all round.
It's not fair that you mock me with the amount of times I need to go to the toilet by saying bladder. In a row, yes. Like,
I think John's bladder actually might be just a little smaller than our.
God, I'm nursing another pee. I can't go for the third time in an hour. That shows
excessive.
a problem.
Excessive.
Your bladder is definitely the same size as our shock bladder.
So the bladder has been completely done.
Your bladder's done.
Yeah, my bladder is done. And also, if the track has lots of traction, run a bladder. And if it doesn't have lots of traction, run an emulsion. That's it, isn't it? Pretty much.
That's it.
Simples.
And don't get emotional.
Well, we can't guarantee that. We're model car races. We've got to be emotional about everything. So at Deerdale on Sunday, we were struggling for runtime in slippery conditions, which I think was down to how long we were spending on full throttle. What should I be looking for to improve those things?
Grip.
Clutch.
Yes, clutch. And smack your pilot's hand before he goes out, so it's really painful. Just make him, or just look at Leroy. That very nice, soft, gentle touch.
And probably on the day, having a look at how sloppy will put it down gently.
Yeah. Gently.
But ultimately, if you have a nice, really, really soft clutch,
it makes such a difference.
Yeah,
it does. Just soften it all off.
And if you think about it, if fuel consumption is revs times period of time, or fuel tank divided by revs equals your run time. If you're on the gas 15, 10%, 10, 15, 20, 30% more than another driver, you're going to have lower fuel mileage. It's a pretty simple-ish formula for your own setup, because actually fuel consumption relative to track grip is it can go either way, because sometimes the track's got really high grip and then it's got no runtime whatsoever for anyone, or the opposite. And then same with low grip. It's hard to know how that works, but you have to just find out. But smooth. Tell you what is always better on fuel. Smooth.
I thought you were going to say Adam Drake.
No,
it's always better on fuel. But yes, okay.
Lean
so
engines.
I'm going to put a medium tick on that, because it's quite difficult to answer that, because a big part of that is the person on the sticks and how they adapt to whatever's going on. Like we know with Leroy, we're going to get good economy because that smooth finger is there. You're not going to get that with me, because there is not a smooth finger there.
Good Lord.
But it can do the motion quite quickly, for whatever that's worth. So,
what she said.
Yes, exactly. Diff oils. What's the benefit of upping them and then going down thinner? And also, what's the effect on the center diff as well?
Rubble?
I I knew that was going to go the wrong way. As much as I tried to make that go the wrong way,
I did it, and I
went
just
the wrong-
thought,
it went the wrong way.
I thought, oh god, it's worked.
Damn,
Worked the first
SB
time.
Live. You got it right the first time. You look like a pro.
Amazing.
Practicing. Yes.
So
when would you stiffen your diffs, and when would you soften them? And it's going to be quite similar to the question before.
If we're making it simple and we don't overthink all of this,
yeah,
thicking your diffs up when you've got a lot of grip.
Like stiffening up your clutch when you've got a lot of grip.
Yeah, when you've got a lot of grip and you want the car to go forward with hard acceleration, and you don't want it to diff out all the time, thicken the diffs up. If you don't have a lot of grip, thin the diffs off, because you're going to want the diffs to work and slip a little bit. They don't slip, but they feel like they slip.
Mm-hmm.
And also your center diff's very crucial. If you have a heavy center diff, it drives the rear wheels really hard. If you have a light center diff, it'll bleed power to the front. So ultimately, you give it an overdrive with a soft one, so it makes it easier in low grip or bumpy conditions.
Yep, I would agree complete with that. And I think like AstroTurf, which is possibly where that question was originating from, you need the exact polar opposites. If it has traction, if it's dry, or if it's wet. A bit like oil these days as well. It's like, watching you guys cruise around when it snowed on Monday with 20k in the front and 10k in the center and whatever in the rear, probably 10 or 7.
Yeah.
It's just not going to be premium that at all.
No. Well, in the wet, you run 111, don't you? And that's it.
Absolutely that. Just get it as
LM grease.
No traction, make it as light as possible, or LM grease. Yeah, exactly. And as that traction comes up, just keep going. It's like hidden speed. That I know Joseph likes that. It's hidden speed shit, but it's true with the diffs. That is where there is hidden speed. You just keep stiffening it up when the traction comes up, and you will just go faster by doing nothing different whatsoever. You're still driving around in the same fashion. You just go faster. That's what I see.
If you can hang on to it, and it's like going up in the center diff as well. I think the center diff is the most critical of keeping it as high as you possibly can while still being able to hang on to it as a driver without getting it wrong.
What's going on everywhere, doesn't it? Really, that center diff. So,
and
what I'm seeing on our 319 is we're running in like really high center diff oils relative to where we were on previous models, which is a great sign to be able to do that, because you're going to get that hidden speed. That's what I see.
The 215 platform, we were at like 23.5.
I can beat that. Like with the A8, it was like, put like we in the middle diff, and you might be able to drive it. So we've come a long, long way on the progression cars to be to running
in the 10s.
12s. If we'd got in the DeLorean and gone back 6 or 7 years, and you'd told me we'd be doing that, like absolutely no chance.
What future have you come from, mate?
Exactly, Doc. Yes, that's my questions done. I'm out.
Well, we're gonna have to whiz through the rest because we're at 10 o'clock.
What the hell? Okay, right. Whiz. Leroy, you're the whizzer.
I'm gonna whiz. Here we go. We're gonna whiz through. Brian Burrow said he owes us for a wing mount.
If we haven't booked it out, have it on Rumble. I'll put it on his account.
Sold.
Done. Sold. Yes.
Sold to the man in the hat.
Andy said he hopes his techno truggy arrives before the Nats, the fugly trugly.
Yeah, I hope it arrives as well. I just hope that you've got 2 bags for it, so that if one breaks, that you don't have to offend the rest of us to look at that monster of a thing.
It is
It's very fast. I like the techno stuff. They're quick and all the rest of it. So before anybody else starts riding me, but my God, that is ugly, isn't it? You would chew your arm off, leave it in the bed. If you woke up next to that after a Saturday night out, you would definitely.
That is a brown
It's an
paper bag.
absolute rotter. Sorry, it's a rotter.
So moving on from that, Lee Talbot says, can you give a little shout out to the guy that painted Sean Berryman's shell? It looks mega, and would he like to do one for me in my colours in his style, and I'll do one for him in my style. And so Sean Berryman's paint is Kivo paint.
Is it? Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool to see him back painting as well. I mean, he's a blast from the past as far as I'm concerned.
And looks really good. Good shout.
Keith's one of the most artistic painters out there for sure. And a lot of his stuff is freehand as well, which is mad.
That's awesome.
He is a talent.
He is. You never get two the same, but he is a talent.
No, and yeah, it's hard to get one in the first
Yeah.
place. It's a little bit
Yeah.
like a Picasso, so I would probably stop running that body show and mount it on the wall.
Frame it.
Yeah, and wait for it to be stolen at some point. It can.
They are. I mean, they're beautiful things. Keith used to paint for me, and we won the concourse at the World Championship 2011.
99.9% sure. That's also cool. 99.9% sure that the very first Gamma body shell that was ever painted by anyone was by him. I think I hand delivered it to London for him to paint it for the national at Slough that I first ran on a Gamma back in 2010. So,
You probably did. He
That's cool.
was in the centre of London around that time.
yeah, it was like literally bang in the middle that I went to address that. He said, just drop it here and I'll get it to you for the weekend. And he did, to be fair. And it featured in some magazines and stuff. So
Awesome.
good to see him back. Yeah, it's cool.
Good little factoid.
Yeah, exactly.
Andy B, at least stickers won't come off as there aren't any curves on it. That is true. They designed that body in paint.
They have got no fillet tool on their AutoCAD, that's for sure.
No. It was done with squares and circles.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
Trigonomic paper.
Craig Homer says, my missus just said Lee is handsome. Thank you very much. I love you, Mrs. Homer.
Yes, there we go.
Robert Glenn says, he gone? I don't know what that... Oh, it's Rumble disappearing. Andy B says, also depends how the Astro is laid. Feels like carpet at the piled erection. It does indeed. Not a pile erection.
No.
Wayne Tolver Banks says, hi all. It's Niall from Australia. Hi all.
Well,
hello, mate.
Welcome from Australia. That's cool.
Welcome
cool you're tuning in.
And we're thanks for joining, Wayne, but we're leaving now.
Yes, exactly. Unfortunately, watch it on catch up. We do this crap every week.
Every Monday.
Ivan said, "Did you see the JQ new parts for that shit car?"
That doesn't really narrow it down at all. In fact,
No, not really.
No,
not really.
No, we didn't, buddy. We're not going to cover it either, but that's cool in a way.
Yes. So I think we're at the end.
Here we are.
We are at the end. We've managed to pack it out again, buddy. Well done, buddies, for an hour and a half.
Hello, buddy.
Hello, buddy. Yeah, stuff. Yeah, it's over to Leroy to sign it out. Really, we'll be back again next week.
Rumble, sign us out.
Ooh.
Well, thank you for watching, everyone. Thanks
in
for checking
10 words.
Oh, no chance. I can talk subscribers in 10 seconds.
You've already just took 10.
Right.
We'll start from
starting from
Hold
now.
on. Just before Rumble starts, just go ahead and give us a thumbs up because, why not? We haven't had too many tonight. It'd be wicked if you could all give us a lovely, lovely thumbs up.
And
they're actually irrelevant.
There's no thumbs down, so that's awesome. Thank you.
That's about to change now you've mentioned it.
Yeah, it's definitely changing. But
so,
I don't know really how much the thumbs up means. It's just cool. Anyway, Rumble, go.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for checking in. Thank you for being subjected to
We've done it already.
Oh,
thank you. Rumble, in 10 words. Thank you for checking in.
He's a
job
lovely,
done.
Very polite. He's been brought up well.
He has.
P's and Q's.
Don't forget
Rumble,
to
just
subscribe.
tell us a little bit about the deal that we're still offering.
Oh yeah, to be fair, Lee, it's funny. I watch you do it every week, and I think, that's
seamless.
all right.
Lee's seamless at that.
That's it. He's on it like a bonnet.
There, yeah, exactly.
So don't forget, guys, to be sure to check out our limited time offer that we are running on the Gamma A319, A319E, A319EP, A319P, and A215T. If any of those kits purchased at retail, you will get a year of free track practice and membership for Nemo Raceway.
And Leroy's personal number to message him anytime for any setup.
And his home address.
Or life advice, yes. And his home address, yes, exactly.
No
and
problem.
his sort code and account number. And mother's maiden name.
Is that because someone's giving me £3 million?
Yes,
exactly. I've had those,
you get those emails as well. That's disappointing.
Yeah. Oh.
I'll tell you what, after the old what was the old data protection thing? What was
GDPR?
I don't know, because it made no difference to anything.
I get more calls now than ever in my life.
100%.
Unbelievable.
So
Agreed.
GDPR for us as a business felt like the end of the world when it came to actually trying to make everything GDPR compliant. And it proceeded to do 0.
Nothing.
No
Well, I
odds.
think Leroy's
Can't
right. I think it made it worse.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I'm out.
definitely.
Anyway, we're supposed to be signing off. We're still here, like 5
Yeah,
minutes.
we're mad. Right,
Right,
let's
come
do
on,
this.
I think we should pass it back to Leroy.
Yeah,
Back
I'm
to
going
me.
to pass that baton back.
That was my fault. I changed subject. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. We really appreciate it. Go and subscribe. Go and like our page. Follow Facebook for updates. We've got lots of new cool stuff coming this week. Look out for the carbon fiber steering. I don't know what we're going to call them yet, but steering angle adjustments. And they'll be out within the next day or so. So thanks for tuning in. We hope to see you very soon on May the 9th or the bank holiday weekend at Nemo Raceway.
Yep.
Thanks from me.
Thank you from me.
Subscribe. We'll be back. Monday.
We'll be back a week's time. Yep. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'm pretty sure you have by now. But thanks very much, everyone.
See you
Catch
later,
you
guys.
soon.